Here's a curve. It stays outside. 1-1, the count on the leadoff man, Miller. Tigers now have a .500 record again. They are 46-46. There's a bunt toward third. It'll roll foul. Picked up now by Mankowski. 1-2, the count on Rick Miller. Have a bulletin on our Western Union ticker of Mike Paxton tied the Major League record by striking out 4 batters in the 5th inning. Paxton has tied the Major League record by fanning 4 batters in the 5th inning. It was last done by Mike Cuellar of Baltimore in 1970. It's been done by quite a few pitchers. Rick Miller, the batter now. 1-2, the count of the leadoff man. Billingham, the 35-year-old veteran on the mound for the Tigers. Ready to go to work again. Gets his sign from May and starts his windup. Miller stepped away. Time called at the plate by Lou DeMura, the plate umpire. Well, Billingham decides he'll go back for a little visit to the Rosenbach. First game went to the Angels 4-2 in 11 innings. Here's the windup by Jack in the pitch. Miller takes the ball low. 2-2, the count on him. In the infield, Mankowski at third, Trammell at short, Whitaker at second, and Thompson at first. There's a bounding ball hit to Whitaker. Nice hop for Lou. So the first got him. Routine out, 1 away. Carney Lansford, the right-handed batting third baseman, up now. Lansford had a key hit in the 11th inning of the first game. He doubled over the head of Kemp, the Tiger left fielder, setting up the scoring of the first of the 2 runs that won it for the Angels in the 11th. He also had a single in the third. Had a sacrifice along the way. There's a strike call. Mr. DeMuro said so. Strike 1 the count. 1 out, first inning, second game, just started. Billingham delivers. Here's a tapper hit on a high hop to Mankowski's left. He has it. Throw to first. Got him by a step and a half. 2 up and 2 down. And Lyman Bostock steps in. The left-handed batting right fielder with a single, a walk, and then a couple of more singles. In the 11th inning, he was involved in a very interesting play with Lansford at second base. Bostock claimed that he was hit by the pitch. Lansford went to third on that play. Here's the windup of the pitch. He swings and pops it up back at third base. Trammell is under it waiting now and makes the catch for the out on the side, retired. Nothing across for the Californians in their first inning. And we go to the last half of the first. California nothing. The Tigers coming to bat.
If you drive along the highway or make tracks across the snow, even biking across the country, Champion is the way to go. If you soar across the skyway or go cruising out to sea, if you're into racing go-kart, Champion is the plug you need. You can't buy a better plug, can't rely on a better plug. For any engine, big or small, Champion sparks them all.
When the time comes for you to get your boat ship-shape from stem to stern, don't forget about those old, worn-out spark plugs. A tune-up with a fresh set of Champion spark plugs can give you quicker start, smoother performance, and more hours per gallon. So before you ship out, tune up with Champions. Remember, you can't buy a better plug than Champion.
You can't buy a better plug, can't rely on a better plug. For any engine, big or small, Champion sparks them all. For any engine, big or small, Champion sparks them all.
Get that 11th inning situation we were talking about, Bostock claiming he was hit. And the Angels came out, Fregosi and Fairley, and they restrained him. They said, don't argue too much because now we got a man at third base. And there's nobody out. And if you go to first base, there'll be a man at first and second. We've got that tie-breaking run at third. So they restrained him. The argument was over. And then Bostock singled off the glove of Dillard to get in the lead run, after which the Californians added another run on a single by Downing. But Lyman was better off not getting to first base as far as the team was concerned. Well, here's Lou Whitaker, who will lead it up for the Tigers against Frost. In the Tiger first inning, after Billingham set down the Angels 1-2-3. Lou saw service as a runner in the first game and also had one turn at bat, but it was not an official turn. He had a neat sacrifice bunt in the Tiger 11th inning. His average is .294, 25 runs batted in, no home runs for Whitaker. He'll be followed by Mankowski, and then it'll be Staub. Dave Frost, the right-hander, on the mound for the Californians. Record of 2-2. He pitches. It's a high, hard one. Terry Humphrey, the one-time Tiger, doing the catching in the second game of the doubleheader. California won the opener 4-2. Frost delivers. Whitaker squares to bunt and takes a strike. David Frost from Long Beach, California, 25 years old. Started out in college as a relief pitcher, then became a starter later. Line drive to left. Here comes Rudi, and he won't get it. It drops in front. It's a single for Whitaker to start the Tigers in the first. Bill Mankowski will be the Tiger batter. He did not see action in the first game. He is the only Tiger 300 hitter. Hitting .309 in 53 games. 3 home runs and 13 runs batted in. Getting a little bit of a rain now here at the ballpark. The umbrellas are sprouted, and it's cooling off somewhat. Now Frost steps off the back of the slab. Whitaker reassumes his lead at first base. Solito holds on the bag with him. And Mankowski takes the ball wide, ball one. Cleveland having a romp in Cleveland against the Seattle team, 10-0 at the end of 5. Now the stretch by Frost, he flips it over to first base. There's a high curve, and the count is 1-1 now on Mankowski. Whitaker getting a longer lead at first. Here's the pitch on the way. Phil takes a strike inside corner. Two on the count on him. 2 balls and 1 strike. Throw to first. He's back in time. In first games, the Phillies beat Houston 6-1, and Oakland beat Toronto 7-2. 3 twilight doubleheaders in the majors. Here's the pitch. He fouls it away. 2-2, the count on Mankowski. Frost lost 4-0 to Jack Billingham. His last time out, that was his only lifetime appearance against the Tigers. Happened when the Tigers were out at Anaheim last week. Here's the set now, the pitch. Mankowski takes a high curve. Full count on Phil Mankowski. No score, first inning. Man at first base, Whitaker. Nobody down. Billingham set the Californians down 1-2-3 in their half of the first. Dave Frost ready. There goes Whitaker. The ball is low. He walked in. So the Tigers have 2 men on. They're in business early. Nobody down, and that sets the table for the rest of the tour. Rusty Staub. Rusty batting number 3, the designated hitter. He went without a hit in the first game. He walked his last time at bat and ended up with 0 for 3. Infield halfway up on Rusty. The outfield is around the right on him. They've got Rudi in left, Miller in center, Bostock in right. Staub takes a slow curve. It's too high. Ball 1. Kansas City leads Boston in the 4th inning, 3-0 at KC. They got a home run from a hurdle. Oakland leads Toronto second game, 3-2 in the 4th. There's a strike called on Staub, a fastball above the knees. Texas has a 2-1 lead over Milwaukee there in the fourth inning. Minnesota leads Baltimore 3-0 in the fourth. And the White Sox lead the Yankees 3-0 in the fourth inning. 4 of those games in the fourth inning. Here's the pitch. He swings and fouls it away. That one reaching the seats in the lower deck back at third. 1-2, the count on Staub. Dave Frost, big husky right-hander, checks his time with Terry Humphrey. Whitaker down from second base. Mankowski, big lead off first, and Staub swings as a drive to right. May be fouled. It is a fair ball down the line. In the corner. Rounding third. Head to home is Whitaker. Here comes Mankowski. He's held at third on the double by Staub. Tigers lead 1-0. That ball hit the line down in the right field corner. Bounced up in the corner at the 325-foot marker. And the Tigers get out in front early, 1-0. Conference at the mound. Humphrey wants to go out and talk with his pitcher, Frost. A single by Whitaker, a walk to Mankowski, and an RBI double by Rusty Staub, sending the Detroiters into a 1-0 advantage here in the opening inning. They've got runners at second and third, nobody down. Jim Fregosi will have his Angels play back in the infield, and Thompson will be at the plate. He had a single in the sacrifice in the first game, ended up with 1 hit in 4 trips. Left-hand batting, Jason Thompson against the right-hander, Dave Frost. Here's the windup, here's the pitch. He takes a ball low, fastball over but low. Kemp is waiting at the on-deck circle. Cincinnati and Montreal are 1-1. They're in the 6th inning at Cincinnati, at Montreal. Here's the motion now, the pitch. Swing and a bounding ball to second base. Chalk has it. The run will score. Throw to Salida. Gets Thompson. He picks up an RBI on the bounce out. With Mankowski crossing the plate, Staub moves to third. 2-0 Detroit, first inning. Man at third base, 1 man down. Here's Steve Kemp. Without a hit in the first game, he made the final out of the game and went 0 for 5. Up the infield in about halfway, maybe a little more than halfway in. And Kemp swings and fouls it upstairs to the left of the screen. A couple of Californians against each other right now. Frost versus Kemp. Angels have won 15 of their last 22 games, including their victory in the first game of this doubleheader tonight. Kemp takes a fastball from Frost. It's low, 1-1. The Phillies lead Houston in the second game 1-0. At the end of 3, Philadelphia won the first one 6-1. Now Frost winds, pitches, and Kemp swings on a bounding ball to first base. Salida knocks it down, picks it up, makes the attempted tag, and got it at first base, and Staub holds it third. Staub came down the line, looked as if he was coming home, and then decided he'd go back to third base. And Kemp is out on a very close play at first. Salida had the ball bound away from him toward the foul territory off of first base. He retrieved it. Kemp slid into first base and was tagged at the last split second by Tony Salida. All that time, Staub's at third base. So here's Milt May at the plate. 2 down, and the man at third. May did not see action in the first game, and he takes a strike. Batting .261 with 8 home runs and 27 runs batted in. Here's the motion and the pitch on the way. It's a ball low. 1-1 the count on Milt. And a report from Kansas City. KC now leads Boston in the fifth inning, 4-0. Dave Frost trying to get that final out of the first inning, delivers. And May hits a high hopper to Solita. He backs up, gloves it. Here's Frost covering, takes the throw in time to get May. And the Tigers are retired. They get two runs on 2 hits for the walk, no errors. They leave one. And at the end of one, Detroit 2, California nothing.
Little Caesar pizza, tasty is in town. A winner anywhere slice it all the way around.
The carry-outs are good and hot, great for nighttime snacks. Or sit down at Little Caesars.
Just order and relax.
Big things are happening at Little Caesars. When you're hungry for some thick, juicy pizza with chewy cheese, spicy sauce, and freshly baked crust, try Little Caesars. It's a treat that's hard to beat. Buy one medium pizza and get the second one free. Just clip out the 2-for-1 free pizza coupon from your local newspaper or TV book. You won't have to come back for seconds because you'll get them free the first time around. Little Caesars, a winner any way you slice it.
If you want variety, there's a family in for you. It's the winners and fancy. Little Caesars, it's a Little Caesars pizza. A great tasting treat for you.
This is Jim Garrett. If you want to join a 4-H club or start one, call 4-H, listed under your county's cooperative extension service.
California batting against Jack Billingham now, the second inning. The Tigers lead 2-0. Angels won the first game 4-2. Tony Solita, the left-hand batting first baseman, will lead it off for them. He came in as a pinch batter in the first game and struck out in the 10th inning. Tony looks at a fastball low, ball one. Swings, and it's a little roller that'll go foul down toward third base. 1-1 on Solita. A 31-year-old first baseman, the native of Samoa. One-time Yankee property. Swings, and it's a ground foul over toward his dugout. 1-2 on Tony Solita. Solita. Real first name is Tolia. Tolia. Here's the pitch. He takes the curve low. 2-2, the count on him now. Baylor waiting on deck. 2-0, Tigers lead, second inning. Billingham blanked them the last time he faced the Angels. Delivers. Here's a fly ball lifted to left field. Normal depth. Kemp is there waiting. He has it for the out. Don Baylor, the designated hitter, stepping up now. Don had a single, a double, and a walk in the first game. Ended up with 2 for 5. There's a ground ball that is foul back at third. A high hopper gloved by Mankowski, but in foul territory. Strike one. After Baylor, it'll be Joe Rudi. 2-0 Tigers, second inning. Billingham winds and delivers outside, very wide with a breaking ball, 1-1. Cleveland still ahead of Seattle there on the 7th, 10-0. Here's a little fly ball to left field, might drop in. It does, in front of Kemp. Baylor hit the ball down on the hands, but he's so strong he can do that and get it over the infield. That's the first runner for California. Here's Joe Rudi, the right-handed batting left fielder. Rudi in the first game did not have a hit. He had a walk his last time up, and his record was 0 for 5 in the first game. Joe Rudi, big, tall, rangy, right-handed batting outfielder. Infield and double play depth against him. There goes Baylor. The ball is slugged in the air to right field. Wockenfuss backs up. He's there. He has it, and Baylor retreats to first base on the fly to right on the first pitch. So they are 2 down with 1 on, and Chalk will be the batter. This is Dave Chalk playing second base. Chalk started out mostly as a third baseman for this team, and they've used him at shortstop and second in these 2 games. Chokes the bat, leans in, young man from Texas up there against Billingham. 2-0 Tigers. Baylor getting a fair-sized lead at first base. Thompson holding on the bag with him over there. Here's a ball outside. Milwaukee leading Texas in the 5th inning, 3-2. Yankees have scored at Chicago, but the White Sox lead them 4-1 at the end of 4. Toss to first, he's back in time. Jim Anderson, the rookie infielder, waiting at the on-deck circle for the Angels. Now Billingham throws to first again, and back safely is Baylor. Set by Jack Billingham, the right-hander pitches. There's a line shot over the head of Trammell in the left field. Baylor turns and holds at second. Kemp fires the ball into third. It bounces away from Mankowski, but there's no advance. He retrieves the ball. Baylor holds at second. Chalk has a single to left to put 2 men on with 2 men out. Tigers lead 2-0, and here comes Jim Anderson, who played in the first game at shortstop, but it's not going to time its bat. His first year in the big league. Anderson batting .250. He has appeared only in 6 games, including the first of this doubleheader. He has 4 hits and 16 trips. No home runs and 1 RBI. But Jim Anderson, right-hand batter from Granada Hills, California. 21 years old. Here's a pitch. He takes a ball low from Billingham. Ball 1 on Anderson. This is his 4th year in the ranks of organized baseball, though he's only 21 years old. But it's his first major league season for Jim. Stands very near the plate. Now swings it, a capper back to short. Trammell gloves it. Here's the throw to first. Got him. And the side retires. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 are left. And we go to the last half of the second. Detroit 2, the Angels nothing.
When can you afford to throw money away?
Not when I shop.
Not when I drive.
Not when I go to the bank.
Small change can add up to big dollars. That's why there's a big difference between City National Bank and those other banks that charge you for writing checks.
Nobody has got what City National Bank has got.
Only City National Bank saves you money with combo checking. Keep a minimum $200 in checking or savings. You write all your checks without charge. All your checks without charge. Combo checking. No other bank in Michigan has it.
No statement fee.
No charge per check.
At City National Bank, I feel terrific because I'm not throwing money away.
Don't throw your money away. Open a City National Bank charge-free checking account now.
Who's got it?
Nobody has City National Bank.
Also available at National Bank of Rochester and First Citizens Bank in Troy.
Tigers coming to bat now in their second inning. They lead 2-0. The Angels won the first game 4-2 from the Tigers. In that first game, Kip Young made his major league debut and was beaten by 2 runs scored in the 11th inning by the Angels. One of the best debuts in big league history came in 1898, when Jay Hughes pitched for the old Baltimore Orioles. That's when they were in the National League. He beat Washington his first time out. He blanked them with 2 hits. And the next time he beat Boston 8-0 and pitched a no-hitter. 2 shutouts his first 2 trips. 2 hits in one and no hits in the other one. Here's Tim Coughlin to lead it off for the Tigers. Tim saw action as a runner in the first game. Left-handed batting outfielder against the right-hander Frost. Corky hitting .253. And the Frost into the windup delivers. There's a fastball high, ball 1. Wockenfuss and Trammell are set to follow here. It's raining. Has been since the start of this game. Here's the motion and the pitch. Foul out of play. It'll be back at third. A little different situation in the final series. When a team comes in for the last time, the umpires are in charge as to whether the game will start or not, rather than the home management. Here's the 1-1 pitch. He swings and pops it up into the infield. Chalk at second base is under it and makes the catch for the out. That'll bring up John Wockenfuss, the Tiger right fielder, who's played in both games of this doubleheader. In the first game, he did not get a hit. He went 0 for 4 and had a walk his last time up. Right-hand batting outfielder John Wockenfuss at the plate. The Mets are leading Atlanta at New York at the end of 5 innings, 4-3. Frost pitches in the dirt off the mid of Humphrey, ball 1. Single game here tomorrow, and then a doubleheader on Sunday, and Sunday it'll be free helmet day at the ballpark. Here's the motion and the pitch to Wockenfuss. Strike call. On free helmet day, all youngsters 14 and under entering on a full paid admission receive a blue plastic helmet, replica of the Tiger headgear, compliment to the team. Here's a strike call to 1 and 2 now. That'll be a doubleheader. It's a makeup of an earlier rainout. It's Tiger Day tomorrow as the Tigers battle California. That'll be a single game. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and John taps the foul in the dirt back of the plate. It bounces up on the screen. 2-0. The Tigers got 2 in the first on a leadoff single by Whitaker. Mankowski walked. Staub doubled in Whitaker. Mankowski went to third, and then he came home on a bounce out by Thompson. Kemp then grounded out, and May grounded out to first base, and the inning was over, but the Tigers had 2. Well, Frost ready to go to work again now. The 1-2 pitch to Wockenfuss is wide for a ball, 2-2. Playing in the rain at Tiger Stadium. Frost wants another ball. Toronto now leading Oakland there in the 6th inning of their second game, 4-3. Here's the pitch. Wockenfuss cuts on a ground ball. Stopped by Frost on a great play. Throw to first. He got him. He took a hit away from Wockenfuss. A sharp ground ball. It's gloved right at the mound by Frost and then flipped over to first for the out. 2 down. The batter will be Trammell. Let's pause briefly for station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network.
Look for mostly cloudy weather with scattered showers and thunder showers through Sunday. Low tonight in the upper 60s. High tomorrow in the mid-80s. High Sunday near 80. Currently cloudy and 79. America's great radio station. You're listening to WJR Detroit.
Trammell takes a low outside fastball, ball 1 on Allen. He's hitting .272. This is his 71st game. Here's a fast one low, 2-0, the count on Trammell. Angels won the first game 4-2. The Tigers lead the second game 2-0 in the second. Frost delivers. There's a strike called. He took a fastball on the outside corner, belt high. Trammell leans in and waits now. Here's a pitch. He cuts and fouls it away. That one in the dirt, back of the plate. 2-2 the count on Allen. You missed the news earlier. Pete Rose had a hit tonight, his first time up. He's now hit safely in 34 straight games. Montreal and Cincy are tied 1-1 there in the sixth inning. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Foul fly hit the right. It'll reach the seats. Still a 2-2 count on Trammell. Whitaker will follow. Got a long-time Tiger fan here, Mr. E.B. Deering from Evart, Michigan. He's 96 years old. He saw his first game here back in 1905. There's a changeup that's in too close, 3-2. Two down, nobody on, 2-0 Detroit leads California in the second game. Now they wind up by Frost. He pitches. Trammell takes high. He walked him. Here's Lou Whitaker getting his usual greeting from the friendly folks at Tiger Stadium. That's the second walk-off Frost. Lou had a single and scored the first of the 2 Tiger runs in the opening inning. Rain now seems to be steadier than it was when it first started. More of a rain now and less of a drizzle. So here's Sweet Lou Whitaker at the plate, and Frost delivers a fastball high, ball 1. Phillies have increased their lead over Houston 3-0 now at the end of 4 in the second game. The Phils beat them in the first game 6-1. Allen Trammell at first, ball 1 count. Whitaker at the plate, bumps the ball toward third, charged by Lansford. They throw to first. He got him. Good play by the third baseman, who charged and got the hop he wanted and fired over to Toledo at first to win the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left for the Tigers at the end of 2 Detroit, 2 California, nothing.
Okay, fans, it's time for the Labatt's Baseball Trivia Quiz. All set. Name the player who holds the modern-day record for scoring in the most consecutive games. That may be hard to remember, but here's something a little easier.
Remember Labatt, the clean one blue sky taste of Canada beer. Labatt.
Yes, fans, the best beer Canada brews is here, Labatt's. It's imported for your special times. Shipped fresh to you with pride. Labatt's, the Clearwater Blue Sky taste of Canada beer, brewed in Canada since 1828. Okay, in Cincinnati, they remember Ted Kluszewski as a slugger, and in 1954, Big Clue set the modern Major League record by scoring at least 1 run in 17 straight games. Did you remember that? Then you just crossed the plate in the Labatt's Baseball Trivia Quiz, brought to you by Labatt Importers, Amherst, New York.
WJR congratulates David Davis of East Catholic High School and Donna Gilley of Southfield Lathrop Senior High, recent recipients of the Detroit College of Business Governing Board scholarships.
California coming to bat now, the one-time Tiger, Terry Humphrey, who did not see first game action, will lead off here in the third. The Tigers ahead 2-0. The Angels won the first game in 11 innings, 4-2. Humphrey batting .209. This is his 42nd game. He has 1 home run and 9 runs batted in. Humphrey, right-hand batter up there against Billingham. Terry with the Tigers back in 1975. Here's the pitch, and he takes the ball low. Injured his shoulder, you remember. Later, the Tigers sent him to Memphis, and he came from there to the Angels. There's a line shot left center field, and it'll be in for a base hit. Cochran goes over to field the ball, and Humphrey has a long single to left center. That will be the 3rd hit for the Angels. They've all been singles off Billingham. just had the announcement from the press box that the American League curfew rule will not be in effect tonight because this is the last series between these two teams. Humphrey on at first base, Rick Miller at the plate. He bounced to second his first time. There's a bounding ball to short, maybe two. Trammell over to Whitaker, one out. Relay to first, it is a double play. Trammell to Whitaker to Thompson. Lansford will bat now for the Angels with two down, the bases empty. He bounced to Mankowski at third, his only trip. Tigers got two in the first. They lead 2-0 in the third inning. Angels won the first game 4-2. There's a slow curve. It hits the mark. Strike one. Well, Oakland and Toronto are tied in the seventh inning 4-4. Ball outside, 1-1 the count. Kansas City leading Boston 5-0 there in the sixth inning at KC. Watch out in close. He almost hit him with a curve. 2-1. Bostock waiting on deck. We've got a group of loyal Tiger fans from the U.S. Army M60 Tank Project Manager's Office. Trying to root the Tigers in here in the second game. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on a high hard one. In close. 2-2 the count on Lansford. Bases empty, 2 out. Tigers 2, California nothing in the third. Now Billingham delivers. It is a wide one. Full count on him. Rain is lightening somewhat now. Billingham ready, has his sign. Wines delivers a ground ball, deep shortstop, cut off by Mankowski for the first. Got him by a step and a half. Good play by Phil, and the side out with no runs on one hit, no errors, and nobody left. And we go to the last half, the third. Detroit 2, Angels nothing.
When your car needs an oil change, chances are what you say is change the oil, which is all you need to say unless you want to make a change for the better. Namely, new Ultra D motor oil from Marathon. Marathon's new Ultra D motor oil is a special blend of natural and synthetic ingredients that's really different from conventional blends. A special blend that means improved engine protection for you under all kinds of weather and driving conditions. New Ultra D motor oil has special anti-wear additives to protect the critical parts of your engine longer than conventionally blended multi-grade oils, up to 15,000 miles. Better motor oil means a better running engine every time you drive your car, wherever you drive.
Make a change for the better with new Ultra D.
A change for the better from the people who do it better. Marathon Oil Company.
Tigers come to bat now against Dave Frost in the third. Well, the Tigers 2 runs, 2 hits. The Angels no runs and 3 hits. Angels took the opening game of the Twiniter. They won 11 innings and they won it 4-2. Phil Mankowski will lead off against Dave Frost, and it'll be Staub and Thompson to follow. Here's Mankowski stepping in against Frost. And Phil takes a strike. Frost got a fastball over above the knees. Tigers got 2 in the opening inning. They have maintained that lead now, 2-0 in the third. There's a foul into the booth over on the other side, and it bounces back on the playing field. Steve Bailey entertaining a group over there, and they scattered pretty well on that one. So Dave Frost ready to go to work again. And pitches. Here's the ball in too close. One and two, the count on Mankowski. He'll be followed by Rusty Staub. Tigers lead 2-0 in the third. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul out of play. Well, Dave Frost, a famous name. There have been some other famous names in baseball. John Paul Jones pitched for the A's. Billy Graham was a pitcher for the Brownies. Walter Reuther was a one-time pitcher. John L. Sullivan was an outfielder. This has been a John Kennedy who played with his American League teams, quite a few of them. There's a pitch outside, 2-2 on Mankowski. And there was an Albert Schweitzer, who was an infielder with the Brownies back in 1908. 2-2 count on Mankowski. Here's the pitch. He swings at a bounding ball right at first. Solita has it, throws to Frost covering, and they get him. Mankowski is out, first baseman of the pitcher, and here comes Rusty Staub. He had the key hit in the first inning. A single by Whitaker walked to Mankowski, set the table, and then Staub doubled in the right field corner to get a run in, moved Mankowski to third, and Mankowski then scored the second run when Thompson bounced to second base. Frost asked that time be called. He wants to tie shoelace. Milwaukee leading Texas there in the sixth inning in Texas, 3-2, Milwaukee ahead. George Bamberger has really done a job of managing that ball club. He's got his pitchers straightened out now. They're getting some pretty good pitching, plus the power that they've got on that team. Here's the windup now, the pitch. It's a strike called on Staub. California won the first game 4-2. The Tigers lead in the second, 2-0 in the third. Just a drizzle now. Here's the ballpark. Staub fouls it away to the on-deck circle. Thompson lets it go, and a gentleman in a checkered shirt almost flips out of the stands reaching for that one, but he finally gets the ball. And he gets a little help from the bat boy over there.
That's the second ball he's gotten, Ernie, in that spot, and on the previous one, he had dropped something over, and that was retrieved for him.
There's the ball outside on Staub, 1-2. He dropped his cigarettes last time.
Yeah.
Somebody gave him an umbrella to scrape him back with. Dave Frost on the mound, pitching to Rusty Staub. And the 1-2 serve. He swings and lifts a fly to left field. Should be caught. Rudi is there and makes the catch for the out. That's 2 down. Nobody on. It'll bring up Jason Thompson. Thompson bounced to second base in the first inning. The grounder got a run on. 2-0 Tigers lead them in the third. Cincinnati now ahead of Montreal in the seventh inning at Montreal 4-1. Phillies lead Houston 3-0 there in the sixth. New York ahead of Atlanta 4-3 there in the seventh. A little plate cleaning now by umpire DeMure. He's trying to use the whisk room, but it doesn't do too much good. It spreads that mud over the entire surface of the plate. So here's Thompson at the plate to wait on the right-hander Frost. And a slow one floats outside, ball one. Rain has almost stopped. It's a very light drizzle. Thompson takes strike called. Outside corner, above the knees, 1-1. 2-0, Tigers ahead in the third. They have 2 out and the base is empty. Staub and Thompson have the Detroit runs batted in so far. Moved him back with a fastball, 2-1 on Jason. Another doubleheader coming up Sunday. It'll be free helmet day, so if you like 2 for 1, that's your choice. Sunday afternoon at 1:30. Final 2 meetings of the year between the Angels and the Tigers. Now the 2-1 pitch. Here it comes. He swings as a line drive to left. It'll be in the corner for extra bases. Chased down by Rudi. Thompson going for 2. Rudi picks up the ball at the 340-foot marker and fires it into the relay man Anderson. It's a double for Jason. The third Tiger hit. A man at second. 2 down. Here comes Steve Kemp. That's the first Tiger hit since the first inning. Adjusting his glasses down there. He's taking off his mask. Yep, that's what he's doing. I think Terry tried the contact lenses, and they didn't work for him at one time, and he went for the old-fashioned spectacles. Kemp at the plate. He bounced to first base. His only time up in this game. Dave Frost ready to go to work on him. And it's a strike call. Thompson on second, 2 down. Here's the pitch. Swing a line drive to left. Here comes Rudi charging. Takes it on 1 hop. Thompson is held at third. Rudi fires the ball into Anderson, who cuts it off at the mound. It's a single by Kemp, but hit the ball so hard that Rudi came in, played it on 1 hop, and Jason was very wisely held at third by the coach, Suzuki. He didn't have a chance at all. Rudi was playing that ball almost like a deep infielder. He caught it on 1 hop and was ready to throw to the plate. Well, the Tigers have runners at first and third, and that leaves it up to Milt May. May bounced out to first base his first time at bat. Humphrey out to talk with his pitcher, Frost. Well, the Tigers pick up their 4th hit. They lead 2-0 in the third. A chance to add to that advantage now. Humphrey telling his pitcher, Frost, to keep an eye on that man at first base, Kemp, who's edging off a little bit. Toledo holding on the bag with him. Here's the pitch. May swings. Fly ball center field. Should be caught. Miller is there. He has it. The inning's over. Now the Tigers do not score. No runs on the 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 left. At the end of 3 in the second game, Detroit 2, California 0.
Hi there, sports fans. Warren Pierce here, reminding you that I'm here when the Tigers aren't. Evenings from 7 to 10 on America's great radio station, WJR.
Two games here tonight in the Tiger Stadium, Detroit. The Angels won the first one in 11 innings, 4-2. And in the second game, we're now going into the 4th inning with California coming to bat, and the Tigers have the lead over the Angels 2-0. Our pleasure now to join with you folks, and we'll tune in on Paul Carey.
All right, Ernie, and take a little respite here while the Angels face Jack Billingham in the 4th inning. Lyman Bostock up once, popped out to short against Billingham. Left-hand batter, Mankowski sneaking in. The curve is close to Bostock, ball 1. He'll be followed by Salita and Baylor in the 4th inning for California. Here's the windup, the pitch. There's a called strike. Bostock dropped the bat. He was just looking. Three hits in the opening game for Lyman and an RBI. He takes it high and wide for a ball. It was his line drive off Steve Dillard's glove in the drawn-in infield in the 11th inning that brought in the tie-breaking run, the first of 2 runs scored in the 11th by California. 4-2, they won the opener. There's a hard smash on the ground to second. Whitaker has it. The throw to Thompson. He's out. 1 up and 1 away in the Angels' 4th inning. And that'll bring up Tony Salita. The slugging first baseman from America Samoa, Tony Salita, fly to left his first time up in this game. Here's the windup, a pitch by Billingham. The curve is outside. Bellingham will not overpower anybody, but he certainly keeps the ball in play all the time. Jack has won 8 times this year. There's a bouncer foul just outside the bag at first. Bellingham, a fine acquisition by the Tigers in that spring training deal. And a regular starter in the rotation for Detroit all along. Had a couple of rough outings. They got belted out early. Other than that, he's been pretty consistent for Detroit. The 1-1 pitch. There's a looper to right field. It'll drop in for a base hit. The inside-out swing by Salida on the breaking ball by Bellingham, and he met it well to drive it to the right for a base hit. Hit number 4 for the Angels. It comes with 1 down here in the top of the 4th inning and brings up Don Baylor. Big Don singled his first time up. Bellingham looking for a new baseball. Oakland beat Toronto 7-2 in the opener of their twilight doubleheader. And in the second game there in the 8th inning, Toronto has a 1-run lead, 5-4. Here's the pitch to Baylor. He swings and hits a high foul fly. It'll reach the seats. In fact, it'll hit the upper deck down the left field side. Rain steadily coming down. It is not really a hard rain, but it's enough to make things a little sticky out on the diamond. Bellingham having trouble getting rid of some of the clay on his spikes, trying to work it loose with with a toe of the other foot. He's into the stretch. Here's the pitch. Curve is hit high in the air down the left field line, not very deep. Kemp near the line is under it, looking in the rain, makes the catch. Salida playing it halfway, retreats to first base. So there are 2 out with Salida at first, and Joe Rudi will be the batter. Rudi flied to right his only time up. He was hitless in 5 trips in the opening game. Bellingham, 8 wins, 5 defeats. Eighteenth start for Big Jack, and he fires a curve way inside on Rudi. He scattered 10 hits against the Angels last Sunday out in Anaheim, pitching the Tigers to a victory as he turned in his first shutout as a Tiger. Salida has a very short lead at first base. Here's the pitch. Rudi swings, fly ball, deep center field. Corcoran goes back, still going back, turns around. He's there, waits, has it, and that's all for California in the 4th inning. Rudi hit a long way, but to straightaway center field. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 1 man left after 3.5 innings of play. It's the Tigers 2, the Angels nothing.
KC has a commanding lead in that one, 8-0 at the end of 6. Cleveland has defeated Seattle 11-0 in their game at Cleveland. Toronto leading Oakland in the 8th inning by a score of 5-4. In the 7th at Texas, it's Milwaukee 4, Texas 3. Minnesota leads Baltimore in the 6th, 3-0. And in the 6th inning at Chicago, the White Sox have a 4-3 lead over the Yankees. New York leads Atlanta 4-3 there in the 7th inning. Philadelphia in the second game leading Houston 4-0 there in the 7th inning. Phillies won the first game 6-1. And Cincinnati in the 9th inning leading Montreal 10-1. Oakland beat Toronto in their first game 7-2.
Big Dave Frost, 6'6", 200. Let's check that. He's bigger than that even. Big right-hander out of the Chicago White Sox organization, acquired in the offseason along with Chris Knapp. Frost is 235, at least at spring training time. He's a big one. one-time basketball player at Stanford University, Frost. He'll face Corcoran to lead off the Tigers' fourth inning. Corky up once in the ball game. Did a pop-out to the second baseman. Corky came into the ball of the first game as a pinch runner. Getting the official attendance figures now. Here's the pitch from Frost. A little bit low to Corcoran. It was over but low. Ball one. Paid attendance tonight, 33,699. That's 33,699. They paid attendance for the opener of this weekend with the Angels, the Twilighter. There's a fly ball, deep right center field on the run. Bostock and Miller. Miller reaches, makes the catch on the edge of the warning track. Hit it a long way, but Rick can go and get him. And the center fielder backhanded that one just out of the reach of Bostock. One down in the Tiger fourth inning. That'll bring up Wockenfuss. Well, John getting a start in right field in both of the games tonight. Mickey Stanley hobbled by that leg injury. Ron LeFlore getting a rest at least at the outset of this nightcap. And Corcoran is playing center field. Wockenfuss takes low for ball one. John is hitless in 5 trips in the twin bill. Frost has the sign, the motion to kick the pitch, and he swings and misses. Jack Morris and John Canera will face each other tomorrow. Morris coming off a fine long relief performance, getting a chance for a start tomorrow afternoon. There's a slow curve. It's in for a strike. Frost taking lots of time between pitches. Now delivers. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. That's the first strikeout for Frost. 2 down in the Tiger fourth inning, and it brings up Alan Trammell. Alan did not play in the opening game. One of the few he's missed lately. He walked his first time up here in the nightcap. They play him straight away. They pitch to Trammell. Swung on and fouled into the upper deck. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network.
You're listening to WJR Detroit, and the weather mostly cloudy with scattered showers and thunder showers through the weekend. Low tonight in the upper 60s, high tomorrow mid-80s, near 80 for Sunday. Right now a wet 75.
The next pitch by Frost outside and low. It's a 1-1 count now on Alan Trammell. 2-0 the Tigers lead here in the second game. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. The pitch to Allen. He takes one a little bit high. Frost shaking his head on the mound and flipping his palms out as though to say, why wasn't that a strike? Lou DeMuro calling the balls and strikes behind the plate here in the second game. Here's the windup and the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and lined foul down the right field side into the stands just above the visiting bullpen. Well, the players get tired. They don't like doubleheaders. Broadcasters get tired. They don't like doubleheaders. Think about the umpires. They can't leave the field even. They get out for a few minutes rest between games, and that's it. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Frost. Swung on and missed. He struck him out on a curve. Now for the Tigers in the fourth inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left, and after 4 innings of play, it's still the Tigers 2, the Angels nothing.
Park once and see both the Art Institute and the New Science Center. They're right across the street from each other in the Cultural Center. The Museum Science Center doubleheader is 6 days weekly, every day but Monday. Take the kids down for a couple of hours. Push all the buttons at the Science Center. See the overhead movie Cosmos. Then look at the Art Institute pictures and snack in the Museum Cafe. As I say, Park just once for both. Not a bad game plan, right?
Did you know that old-time Viking champion Bobby Walthour broke his collarbone 46 times during his career? He did. I'm Jim Forrest, WJR Sports. "35-year-old Jack Billingham, who began in organized ball way back in 1961 in the Los Angeles Dodgers organization, groomed by the Dodgers as a relief specialist, came up to the majors as a relief pitcher with the Dodgers, but he's been a starter most of his major league career. Jack has scattered 4 Angels hits over the first 4 innings. Dave Chalk leads off the fifth. The first pitch is taken a little bit inside. Chalk lined a single to left his first time up here in the second game. He was 1 for 6 in the opener. The pitch from Billingham. It's ball 2. Outfield shading a little to right, playing very shallow on Chalk. There's a strike called on Dave. He chokes up the bat as much as anybody in the American League. Almost got as much handle showing as you had the hammer part. There's a pop bunt down the first base line. It rolls foul out of the reach of Thompson. Two balls, 2 strikes on Dave Chalk. He was the Angels' first draft pick back in 1972 in the June draft of that year. All-American college baseball player at the University of Texas. Into the windup is Billingham, the 2-2 pitch. Ball 3. Well, a 5-game series with the Angels this weekend, a single game tomorrow, and then the doubleheader on Sunday. Make-up doubleheader. There's a foul over our heads into the upper deck. Dave Roseman and Jim Slayton will go in the 2 games on Sunday. Don Ossie and Nolan Ryan slated for the Angels. There's a pop-up foul off first. Thompson coming over. He may not have the room. Near the dugout, makes the catch on the top step. Oh, that was a good play by Jason. He was standing on the top step and teetering a little bit when he made the catch. Oh, there's 1 down in the 5th inning for California. That'll bring up Jim Anderson. Rookie infielder Anderson saw some action late in the first game. Coming in defensively, didn't bat. Up 1 time here in this contest and bounced out to short. The pitch to Anderson. Takes the curve, bending away from it. It's inside for ball 1. Anderson spent all last year down at El Paso in the Angels organization. That's at the AA level. There's a pop-up out beyond shortstop. Trammell backs up. He's on the edge of the grass. Makes the catch, and they're 2 away in the 5th inning. That'll bring up Terry Humphrey. Ernie and I enjoyed good talk with Terry while the Tigers were in Anaheim this past weekend. Terry a little down because he hadn't been playing that much since Jim Fregosi became the manager of the Angels. Brian Downing has been seeing most of the activity behind the plate, but for the doubleheader tonight, Humphrey comes in for the second game. Here's the pitch. It's outside and low, ball 1. Terry was, we were talking about Gary Sutherland, who was out in California when the Tigers were there, and an old friend of Terry's, and he said he thought that Suds might wind up with a job in the California organization. A check swing by Hump, it's low and away. 2-0 on Humphrey. Tigers straight up in the infield and outfield, a 2-0 pitch. Ball 3, didn't miss by much, just outside. 2 out, bases empty, top of the 5th inning. The Tigers lead the Angels 2-0. 4 hits for each club. National League final at Montreal, Cincinnati, beating the Expos 10-3. Lacoste, up new with the Reds, picked up the win, and Grimsley, a 12-game winner, lost his 7th. Dreesen homered for the Reds in that game. There's ball 4. Humphrey, very patient at the plate. Looked at one a little low and away. That's the first base on balls issued by Billingham. The last time he faced the Angels, he went all the way and walked just one. Tigers have been getting some good pitching of late. Their hitting, for the most part, has not kept up with the pitching the last few weeks. Here's the stretch by Billingham and the pitch. A little low. Rick Miller at the plate is 0 for 2 here in the second game. He had a couple of hits and 6 trips in the opener. Chokes up slightly on the bat. Left-hand batter. This sets the pitch. Ground ball to Thompson. He gloves it on one knee. Makes the play unassisted at first. The Angels are out in the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, a walk, no errors, 1 left. And the Tigers come to bat in their half of the 5th inning with a score. Tigers 2, Angels nothing.
Labatt Importers, Amherst, New York.
Bottom of the 5th inning here at Tiger Stadium, along with Ernie Harwell. This is Paul Carey. The Tigers leading the nightcap 2-0. They lost the opening game 4-2. In 11 innings, the Angels got a pair in the top of the 11th inning. A line single by Lyman Bostock off Steve Dillard's glove, scoring Carney Lansford, who had doubled to open the inning, and moved to third on a wild pitch by the young losing pitcher Kip Young, making his major league debut. And then Brian Downing, who had homered earlier to tie the game, wound up driving in another run with a single. They give the Angels their 4-2 win. Dave LaRoche relieved Frank Tanana, taking over the 9th inning, wound up the winning pitcher in the opening game. He is 7-4, and Young, in his major league debut, wound up losing. Kip had pitched 2 innings worth for Detroit. Set him down in order in the 10th, but ran into trouble in the 11th. Here's Lou Whitaker at the top of the Tiger batting order. Ron LeFlore not playing in the nightcap as yet. Lou singled to left his first time up. Tried to bunt his way on in the 2nd inning, but a good play by Lansford cut him down. Lou has been struggling at the plate of late. We've got time called right now. Umpire Lou DeMuro helping out the Angel catcher Terry Humphrey with some of his equipment around the side of the helmet and the mask, tightening it up, I guess. There's the windup by Frost. The pitch is swung on. There's a one-hopper to short. Anderson handles it, throws. He got him. Good play by Anderson. A tough play. That ball came up on a hard hop, and he pretty much played it off his chest. Managed to get Lou at first. 1 pitch and 1 out. That'll bring up Mankowski. Manko has walked and bounced out to first. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Tigers got their 2 runs in the 1st inning. Whitaker led off with a single. Mankowski walked. Staub doubled in a run. Thompson's bounce out brought in another run. 2-0 Tigers. Frost into the windup. Here's the pitch. Slow curve is in for a strike. 2 quick strikes on Mankowski. On deck is Staub. Well, Frost was really tough on the Tigers in his first outing against them last weekend in California. Staub hit a 3-run homer. The Tigers added a bases-loaded walk for another run later. Other than that, they found him to be a tough pitcher. It was high and wide to Manko. Ball 1, strike 2. Frost's been tough here tonight. The Tigers had 2 hits in the 1st inning, 2 in the 3rd. That's been it. He winds the 1-2 pitch to Manko. High, 2-2. Well, Pete Rose is now hit in 34 consecutive games. He got a single in his first time up in the ball game tonight. The Reds are playing at Montreal. In low around the feet. 3-2 count now on Mankowski. Well, I see Sparky Law came in relief in the 5th inning for the Yankees the other day. He reportedly got mad coming in early. There's a bouncer to second. Scooped up by Chalk to throw to first. He's out. 2 down in the Tiger fifth inning. One report at Chicago, and they brought in Lyle early in the game. He worked the fourth and fifth innings and apparently took himself out of the ball game, swinging his glove and dugout saying, "I am not a long relief man." Well, he came in the fifth inning tonight for New York. In that game, in the seventh inning, the Yankees lead it 6-4 over the White Sox. They have gotten rid of Francisco Berrios. High and wide, ball one on Rusty Staub. 2 outs, nobody on in the Tiger fifth inning. Staub a double for 2 here in the second game, 0 for 3 in the opener. Frost kicks high, delivers. Ball 2, it was high. Staub waiting now on the right-hander, Frost. He delivers. It's around the knees, ball 3. Well, good to see John Hiller. We miss him on the team. Missed him the remainder of that trip. He was injured in that last game at Texas. Came home during the All-Star break and didn't join the Tigers out west. Being kidded that it looked like he'd gained some weight while being inactive. Stepped on the scales, about 1 pound more. There's a drive to deep right field. That may be. It is gone. A home run for Rusty Staub. Staub hits it out in the lower deck in right center field. His 14th homer of the year, and the Tigers lead it 3-0. Well, that's another superior home run. A home run by Staub earns him a free case of those crispy, fresh Superior potato chips and sends another case of Superior potato chips to the Muscular Dystrophy Association. Nothing. A Tigers lead. Well, Staub homered off Frost out in California. He did it again here tonight. Jason Thompson at the plate. He takes a curve in for his strike. Thompson back in the batter's box, waiting on Frost now. Here's the windup and the pitch. Wide curve, 1-1. Staub with 2 runs batted in here in the second game. Now has 75 for the year. Thompson has driven in a run in the nightcap, and he has 66 RBIs. The big right-hander kicks high. The 1-1 pitch swung on a high fly ball to right field. It's fairly deep. Bostock goes back. He's under it, waits, makes the catch. It missed the overhang by inches. And that's all for the Tigers in the fifth inning. Almost a homer for Jason Thompson. 1 run on the homer by Staub. That was the only hit, no errors, nobody left after 5 innings. Tigers 3, Angels nothing.
This game is being brought to you by Labatt's. For beer at its finest, call for Labatt's. By Marathon dealers and distributors, people who've got together to do it better. By the Greater Detroit Chrysler Plymouth dealers who've got Horizon, Motor Trend's Car of the Year. By Champion Spark Plugs. You can't buy a better plug than Champion. By the Detroit News. For the first good news in sports every morning, read the new Detroit News AM edition. By City National Bank, where you can get combo checking. And by Little Caesars Pizza, a winner any way you slice it. Now, more Tiger baseball action with Ernie Harwell and Paul Carey.
Ready to go in the 6th inning at Tiger Stadium. Carney Lansford leading it off against Jack Dillingham. Here's the first pitch. Swung on a fly ball to center field. Corcoran is right there. He waits, has it. 1 pitch and 1 out in the 6th inning. That'll bring up Lyman Bostock, who is hitless in the nightcap after going 3 for 5 in the opening game. Nothing. The Tigers lead the Angels here in the top of the 6th inning. there's a low on the Bostock for ball one. Angels won the opener in 11 innings, 4-2. The Tigers lead this game 3-0. Curve is a little bit low to Bostock. Well, we enjoyed coming home to see the Herbie Redmond show after 5 innings here at Tiger Stadium. Remember the grounds crew grooming the infield. There's a strike called on Lyman Bostock. One time, the reporters were saying he was going to be the top-paid player in baseball, $3,400,000 or so. Turned out not to be the case. Outside, Angels wanted to correct that impression, and the information was leaked somehow or another, so that it became known Bostock was going to make $2,300,000. There's a ball inside. He draws a walk, and that'll be the second base on balls issued by Bellingham. It brings up Tony Solita, the solidly built, slugging first baseman. Struck out as a pinch hitter in the opening game. He's 1 for 2 here in the second with a single in the 4th inning. Here's the set, the pitch. He checks, it's outside, ball 1. Cleveland running away from Seattle tonight, 11-0. Mike Paxton enjoying the win in that ball game, and he also enjoyed striking out 4 men in 1 inning. Trying a major league record. Low to Solita, 2-0. Well, they walked to Bostock, and now Bellingham has gone 2-0 on Solita. 1 out here in the Angels' 6th inning. Now the set, the pitch. Bounced foul at the plate. What was your remark, Ernie? I think that question came up, or that point came up. Lee Stang in Oakland, 4 strikeouts in 1 inning. And your remark was, I think, you have to have a lively fastball and a less than lively catcher, or something like that. Here's the set, the pitch. Outside, 3-1 now on Big Tony. Bellingham experiencing a little bit of a control problem here with 1 down in the 6th inning. He sets and delivers. Strike called on Solita. Full count now on the Samoan. On deck is Don Baylor. Tigers have 3 runs. They have 5 hits. The Angels, no runs on 4 hits. The pitch from Bellingham. High and wide. He walked him. Solita draws a walk. Back-to-back bases on balls. Given up by Big Jack. Oh, the Angels have a scoring threat here in the 6th inning. Only 1 other inning did they have 2 men on base. That was back in the 2nd. Singles by Baylor and Chalk. Chalk single came with 2 down. The Angels now have 2 on with 1 out, and the batter will be Baylor. Tigers looking for a double play ball here. If they can get one, the pitch is swung on and popped foul out of play behind first base up into the upper deck. Baylor drove in a run in the opening game. Had a couple of hits and 5 at-bats. He's 1 for 2 here in the 2nd game. The look to second. The pitch to Baylor. Curve is tapped foul. He just got a piece of that off the end of the bat. And he's swinging way ahead of it. Coming around and get it with a hammer. Kansas City in the 9th inning now at KC, leading Boston 9-0. Paul Splithoff shutting out Boston. Here's the set. The pitch from Bellingham. The curve is ripped foul. He was ahead of that one, too. He Brady tied into it off a top roll down the left field side. Count remains 2 strikes on Baylor. 1 out, 2 on for the Angels in the 6th inning. Well, look back to second. Here's the pitch. It's a little outside, and Baylor held off. 5-game set with California. Then rounding out this 12-game homestand, Oakland will come in next on Monday, followed by Baltimore and Seattle. Tigers go away for a couple of games in Toronto and then come right back again for a week. The pitch from Billingham. Swung on and popped foul. It'll be out of play. Back up on the screen. Actually, Tigers are going to be home a great deal in the next 4 weeks or so. In their next 27 games, 22 of them will be played here at Tiger Stadium. Billingham taking a little extra time now. He has a 1-2 count on Don Baylor. Jack off the rubber. Now settles in. Here's the stretch in the pitch. Swung on a hard hopper to short. Off the glove of Trammell. He goes to second for 1. That's all they'll get. It was a perfect double play ball, despite the speed of Baylor. Hit so sharply. And Trammell bobbled the ball momentarily. He managed to pick it up and get it to Whitaker for the force on Salida at second. But that's all they got, and the inning is still alive for California. Bostock took third on the play. Baylor is at first. 2 away. And Joe Rudi, the batter, 0 for 7 in this doubleheader for Rudi. Doesn't appear that we're getting any rain at all right now. The way to find out is look up at the light towers. And it just looks kind of foggy up there right now. Much of this game had been played in light rain, drizzle. Billingham ready to work. The pitch to Rudi. Swung on and missed. He had him fooled with that slow curve of his. Bostock at third. Baylor at first. Both good base runners. Here's the set. The pitch to Rudi. Outside. May going out to his right on his knees to stop that one. 1-1 now on Rudi. Billingham's greatest asset is that he keeps the ball in play. He sets and delivers. Low and away. 2-1 now on Joe Rudi. Billingham is by no means a strikeout pitcher. He has none tonight. 29 strikeouts in 115, add another 5 or so, and about 121 innings. There's a foul back on the screen. Talking about the hitting streak of Pete Rose, which has now reached 34 games. Jack Clark, the fine young outfielder with the San Francisco Giants, has got one going. And his consecutive game hit streak was extended tonight to 23. Picked up a double in the first game out west, or first inning of their game out west. 2-2 count on Rudi, the pitch. A check swing blooper out towards second. Whitaker is there, makes the catch, and that's all for the Angels. Rudi trying to check his swing, get out of the way of the pitch. Popped out to second. For the Angels in the 6th, no runs, no hits, a couple of walks, no errors, and 2 runners are left on base. Here come the Tigers to bat. At the bottom of the 6th inning, it's still Detroit 3, California nothing.
For a great value on Plymouth Volare, see your Greater Detroit Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
Now, before the Tigers bat in the 6th inning, let's pause for station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network.
Checking the weather for Greater Detroit, mostly cloudy with scattered showers and thunder showers through Sunday. A low this evening, 67 to 70. High tomorrow, 83 to 86, near 80 on Sunday. Currently cloudy and 75. This is WJR Detroit.
Steve Kemp, the lead off the 6th inning for Detroit. Steve has 1 hit and 7 trips in this doubleheader. He singled his last time up. Line drive to the opposite field to left. Kemp, May, and Cochran, the first 3 scheduled batters for the Tigers in the 6th inning against the big right-hander Dave Frost. He has wind up the first pitch of the inning. It's low and inside on Steve. Tigers got 2 runs in the first inning. Whitaker led off with a single. Mankowski walked. Staub doubled in a run. And then Mankowski scored on a bounce out by Thompson. Staub's homer in the 5th, the other run. There's a liner to center, a base hit for Kemp. Oh, he has 2 hits his last 2 trips to the plate. Hit number 6 for Detroit. Tigers only had 6 hits in the opening game in 11 innings. While the Angels had 15, and the Angels left 16 men on base in that first game. But they won the game. That makes the difference. Milt May, seeing action only here in the nightcap, is 0 for 2. He's bounced off the first and fly to center. Kemp with a leadoff hit. On at first. Solita holding. They pitch. May squares. He bunts it down the third baseline foul. A little activity out in the bullpen now. Looks like left-hander is Ken Brett. Yep. And Hartzell is the right-hander. May out of the batter's box, stepping back in. 1 strike on Milt. 3-0 Tigers lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Kemp at first. Now he gets his lead. Lansford in tight at third, ready to charge. And Frost stepped off the rubber. He's back on. Here we go. The pitch. High for a ball, 1-1 on May. May checking with Dick Krasuski, the Tiger third base coach, who in turn is checking with Ralph Houck in the dugout, relaying the signs. Frost getting his sign from Humphrey, now sets. Throws to first, diving back in is Kemp. There's an American League final at Kansas City. Paul Splittorff shut out Boston on 6 hits, pitching Kansas City to a 9-0 victory. Eckersley, the loser, only his 3rd loss of the year. May takes a fastball wide. Gave no indication he was going to bunt on that one. 2-1 count on Milt. Well, they had a big turnout at Kansas City on a Friday night. 39,841. That's almost capacity down there at Kansas City. And they knocked off the division-leading Boston Red Sox. There's a bouncer foul outside of first. Kemp took off on the pitch that time. Oh, it is a battle of division leaders at Kansas City. The Royals and the Red Sox. California, of course, right tight in there in the race. Coming into the activity on this date, the Angels only trailed by a game. They picked up a half game by winning the opener from the Tigers, but Kansas City has now won its single game tonight. May, bat stuck up in the air. Swings and pops it foul. Back toward the seats. Humphrey coming back, but he won't get it. About 4 rows back in the box seats. Count is 2-2 on Milt May. Kemp at first, nobody out here in the Tigers' 6th inning. May waiting on Frost. Here's the pitch. Fastball, line to center, a base hit for May. Holding at second is Kemp. He lined that one right over the shoulder of Frost into center field. So back-to-back singles by the Tigers to begin this 6th inning. And the batter will be Tim Corcoran. Tim looking for his first hit here in the 2nd game. We've got a conference out at the mound. Humphrey has gone out. And I think they might be thinking of a pitching change. Brett has indicated he's ready. Down in the bullpen, left-hand hitting Corcoran coming up. No move is yet by Fregosi, but the meeting at the mound may have been a stall by Humphrey. Two on, nobody out. Here in the Tigers' 6th inning, Corcoran, left-hand hitter, steps in. He hit a long fly to center his last time. Into scoring position. The put-out made at first base by the second baseman, Chalk.
And hit and release Jefferson in the 3rd inning. Baltimore headed Kansas City 1-0. KC batting in the 5th inning. Kansas City against Splitoff. Seattle and California, that's a late starting that game. Minnesota at Oakland, a quad-eye doubleheader. The first game underway, no score at the end of 3. Don against Rinco. In the National League, a doubleheader at Cincinnati. The Giants beat the Reds in the first game 7-6. Evans, Bench, and McCovey all hit home runs in that game. The winner was Vida Blue, and the loser was Tom Seaver. In the 2nd game, they're tied 0-0 in the 4th bar against Bonham. Montreal leading the Phillies 5-0 in the 8th inning. It is a home run by Cromartie and Valentine for Montreal. Rogers, the Montreal pitcher.
The bases are loaded, and here comes Jim Fregosi out. Now, the bullpen has Hartzell, the right-hander, and Brett, the left-hander. Looks like the right-hander may be coming on. Fregosi tapping his right arm as he wandered out to the mound, and Hartzell delivers one more pitch in the bullpen. And the big right-hander will stride out to face Alan Trammell. The Tigers stop with the bases loaded and one away here in the 6th inning. The Tigers trying to expand their 3-0 lead. Ernie?
Well, we can check up on our scoreboard now. Oakland and Toronto divided their doubleheader. Oakland won the first game 7-2. Toronto took the second one 5-4. Seattle at Cleveland, that was a rout for the Indians. They beat the Seattle Mariners 11-0 on a 2-hit shutout by Paxton. Kansas City blanked Boston. Splitoff won his 11th, and Eckersley lost his 3rd. It was Kansas City 9 and the Red Sox 0. New York and Chicago in the 9th inning. Now the Yankees and the White Sox, and the Yanks have a 6-4 lead in that one. Baltimore and Minnesota are having quite a battle, too. They're in the 8th inning, and they are tied 4-4. Singleton, Kelly, and Smalley have hit home runs in that game at Minnesota. Texas playing Milwaukee at Texas, and Milwaukee with a 4-3 lead in the 8th inning. So Milwaukee has a chance to cut the Boston lead. Should the Brewers hold on and win that game, they'll cut the Boston lead to 7 games in the American League East. In the National League, the Phillies beat Houston in the first game 6-1. In the second game, they lead them 8-1 in the last half of the 8th inning. Cincinnati romped on Montreal 10-3. Dreesen had a home run in that game. And Atlanta and New York are playing a single game in New York. The Mets have a 12-3 lead with the Braves batting in the 9th inning. Chicago, San Diego just started 0-0 in the second. Russell against Terry. Pittsburgh and San Francisco, Bibby against Nepper. They are scoreless at the end of 1. St. Louis at Los Angeles, another late starting game. They are 2-2 at the end of 1. Simmons hit a Cardinal home run in the first with 1 on. That's his 13th. Martinez and Hooten are the pitchers in that game. So Hartzell is taking over now, the tall right-hander, taking his tune-up tosses. Frost is out of the ball game. He went 5 1/3 innings. Frost allowed the Tigers 3 runs on 7 hits. He issued 3 walks and he struck out 2. And Hartzell comes in a tough situation. The bases loaded, 1 man down, and Trammell will be at bat. Let's go back to Paul.
All right, Ernie. Big Paul Hartzell is 6'5", 200-pounder, so they're not losing much size out on the mound as he replaces Dave Frost. He started only once this year, was a spot starter for the Angels last year, made the jump up from to the majors as a non-roster player a couple of seasons ago with California. 1-6 in terms of decisions, but that belies his work. His earned run average much better than that would indicate. Alan Trammell at the plate. The first pitch is high. He's got a good fastball, Hartzell has. He did a good job in relief against the Tigers out in Anaheim over the weekend, last weekend. Brett, the left-hander, is still standing down in the bullpen. He's looking on, watching what's happening. Here's the pitch. Bounce foul down the third base side. Over toward the field seats and the old boarding house reach. Enabled someone to get a ball that time. 1-1 on Alan Trammell. Allen has walked and struck out. Hartzell, a tall right-hander, looking in, getting the sign from Humphrey. Here's the pitch. There's a called strike on Trammell. He just slipped one by Allen, who must have been looking for something else. Kemp is at third, May at second, Wockenfuss at first. A 1-ball, 2-strike count now on Trammell. Whitaker is the next Tiger due up. Hartzell takes a little time, looks at third. Here's the pitch. Oh, he did not miss by much that time. Just outside, 2-2 on Trammell. Oh, they're starting to stir things up in the stands right now. Got to create some excitement for the Tigers. The bases loaded, 1 away. Here's the set, the 2-2 pitch. Ball 3. Again, a very close pitch. Game that Trammell, or that Frost started against the Tigers last weekend. Trammell got a bases loaded walk to get a run in that time. Hartzell taking a little extra time. Now steps in. 3-2 count on Trammell. 1 out. Bases loaded. The pitch. Swung on a ground ball to short. They might get 2. To chalk for 1. The relay. Double play. And the inning is over, and the intentional walk pays off for California. For the Tigers, no runs, 2 hits, plus a walk, no errors, 2 runners left. And after 6 innings of play, it is still the Tigers 3, California nothing.
With this break in the action, here is a WJR News update. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says 1971 through 1973 Chevrolet Vegas posed the same gas tank hazards as recently reported in Ford Pinto and Bobcat models. The Board of State Canvassers has again ruled Oakland County Sheriff Johannes Spreen off the ballot in his Democratic gubernatorial bid. The head of the NAACP has told Republicans meeting in Detroit that they can reclaim the black vote if they adopt progressive programs. Mail deliveries continued without interruption today as a threatened strike by postal workers was averted by a tentative 3-year contract. Postmaster General William Bolger says the cost of mailing a letter may increase again in the next 3 years, but higher rates at that time can't be blamed on the tentative new contract. Thousands of Washington commuters were caught in a second day of Wildcat bus and subway walkouts, slogging to work and back as best they could in 90-degree heat and a smog alert. And in New Orleans, garbage men ended a Wildcat walkout. This has been a news update.
The 9th Annual Midwest Sports Collectors Association Convention held this weekend at the Troy Hilton Inn today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Admission is free, and one of the best collectors of all time sitting right to my right now, ready to go to work, is Ernie Harwell.
Thank you, Mr. Carey. There's a bounding ball foul off the bat of Chalk as the seventh inning gets underway. Strike one, the count on Dave Chalk. Dave's had a single and a foul out to first base. Tigers 3 runs, 7 hits. Angels no runs, 4 hits. It's another roller hit foul over toward the Tiger dugout. Strike two, the count on Chalk. Dillingham has issued 3 walks. He's allowed 4 hits to the Angels. All of them have been singles. They got 2 in the second inning, 1 in the third, and 1 in the fourth. He delivers low, and the count is 1-2 now on Chalk. Dillingham ready, winds and pitches. Here's a changeup fouled away. That one skidded off the end of the bat. 1-2, the count on him. Milwaukee leading Texas 4-3 there in the ninth inning. Baltimore and Minnesota have gone to the 10th inning. They're deadlocked at Minnesota 4-4. It's a ball outside. He curved him wide. 2-2, the count on Chalk. Outfield to right on him. Here it comes. He swings and pops it foul out of play. It'll be in the seats back at first. Getting quite a few finals coming in about this time now. Remember, Paul Carey will have all details of the games on the scoreboard show. There's a little pop out to the mound, and who's going to get it? Thompson decides he'll take it and does. For a while, as if nobody wanted that one, and Jason volunteered. So Anderson, Jim Anderson, the rookie shortstop, steps up. He's bounced to short and popped to short. We've got a final from the National League. The Mets romped down the Atlanta Braves 12-3. Espinosa is the winner. Hanna takes a loss in that one. Mets 12 and Atlanta 3. Final score. 1 out, nobody on. 7th inning, Tigers lead 3-0 over California. There's a curve over for a strike. Angels won the first game. It won 11 innings, and they took it 4-2 over the Tigers. Dillingham delivers. It is a ball outside. Dillingham has changed his speeds very effectively tonight, giving them quite a bit of slow stuff here in the last couple of innings. Now the 1-1 delivery. There's a fastball hit off his hip, bounds into left field, and it'll be a base hit for Anderson. The ball chased down by Mankowski. It hit the Dillingham on the right hip, and then the ricocheted off between Mankowski and traveled into left field. Well, that will be the 5th hit for the Angels. Here's Terry Humphrey, the former Tiger. Terry's had a single in the walk. 1 for 1. He'll be followed by Rick Miller. Man on first, Thompson will not hold directly on the bag with that runner over there, Jim Anderson. He'll let him get a little bit of a lead. And Humphrey takes the ball outside. Here's another National League final. This is the second game of the doubleheader at Philadelphia. And the Phillies won it over Houston by a score of 8-2. That means the Phils swept the doubleheader from Houston 6-1 and 8-2. Then foul fly that Thompson won't be able to reach. It'll be in the seats. Brzezinski had a home run in that second game, and Cabell had a home run in the second game. Christensen was the winner, and Williams took the loss. And they had another fine turnout at Philadelphia, 35,389. Baltimore, Minnesota in the 10th inning. They're tied 4-4. Yankees lead Chicago on the night 6-4. Chicago. Now Dillingham ready to go to work. 1-1 pitch to Humphrey. He swings and fouls it away. Reached out on the bad pitch and fouled it down below our booth. 1-2, the count on Terry Humphrey. Dillingham checks his sign with his catcher, Milt May. Just a short lead for Anderson at first base. And Humphrey takes a slow one in too tight on him. 2-2 the count on Terry. Infield in double play depth. A little longer lead now for Anderson. And the pitch, Humphrey swings and taps one out in front. May picks it up near the mound, throws to first in time. He got him, then down to second goes Anderson. That ball ended up about halfway toward the mound from the plate. On a top grounder off the bat of Humphrey. So they're 2 down, and Rick Miller will be the batter. And Rick is 0 for 3. He's hit the ball on the ground 3 times. He bounced to second, he hit the shortstop for double play, and he bounced to first. California batting. The Tigers lead them 3-0, 7th inning. Ed Glenn has come out of the dugout in the bullpen. He'll start to throw Silver Fukov. There's a fly ball to left field deep. Kemp going back, chasing, and he makes the catch on the run in fairly deep right center field. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 1 is left, and we go to the last half of the 7th inning. Tigers 3 and the Angels nothing.
I'm always in the hood. But I wouldn't change places with anyone else, even if I could. I worked on every car, big and small, every kind of engine too. But there's one thing that applies to them all, whether they're old or new. You can't buy that blood for any kind of car and champion. Blood for any kind of car and champion. You can't buy that blood no matter where you are and champion. Champion's number 1 in the world and number 1 in your car. No, you can't buy that run for any kind of car and champion. You can't buy that run no matter where you are and champion. No, you can't.
This broadcast is made possible by the Detroit Baseball Club and the American League and is intended for the private use of our listening audience. Rebroadcast or other use of this play-by-play is prohibited unless prior consent is received from WJR Detroit, the Detroit Tiger Baseball Club, and the American League. The announcers for this broadcast are selected and employed by WJR Radio and the Detroit Tiger Baseball Club. Ernie?
Well, here's Sweet Lou Whitaker getting his usual greeting as he steps in. He's had a single for 3. This will be the first time he's faced Hartzell, who just entered the game in the 6th inning. Tigers lead 3-0 over the Angels. The Angels won the first game 4-2. Fly ball left center field, fairly deep. Going back is Miller. He has the range of this one. He's there. He has it 3 out. 1 pitch and 1 down in the last half of the 7th inning. Here's Mankowski, who has walked, bounced to the first baseman, and grounded to second. He's 0 for 2. Now, Kansas City and California, the 2 top teams in the West, have won their 2 games. California winning the first game here, so Kansas City right now is still a game ahead of the Angels. There's a burning ball wide at first, picked up by Salido. The race to the bag won by Tony, and Mankowski is out. 2 pitches and 2 down, and the Tigers have it. And now Rusty Staub hit his 14th home run in the 5th inning. Also had a double in the first inning when the Tigers scored. So he's second in the scoring of the Tiger run. Rusty's 14th home run. He hit 22 last year. He had 15 his first year with the Tigers. He has a very fine chance of having his best year in homers since he came to Detroit. There's a line shot to right, a base hit. Staub on with his 3rd hit of this game, a single to right. And the batter now will be Jason Thompson. That's the first hit for the Tigers since Hartzell took over. Rusty's home run high was 30 at Montreal in 1970. He hit 29 the year before that.
Stop again now. He has bounced the second double down into the left field corner and spread to right. Men on first, 2 down. Tigers lead the Angels 3-0. Foul upstairs on the screen. Here's the final now from Chicago. The Yankees held on and beat the White Sox 7-4. Sparky Lyle in relief the winner, 7-1. Hinton in relief the loser, 1-4. Roy White homered in the 5th with 1 on his 7th, and they had 30,348. And that's too good a crowd in Chicago compared to some of the other crowds around this evening in the majors. Here's the set now by Hartzell, and Thompson takes a curve that stays outside, 1-1. Man on first, 2 men down, 3-0 Tigers, 7th inning. Hartzell pitches, Thompson swings at a bounding ball, deep second, big hop for Chalk. He flips it over to the shortstop Anderson for the force out on Staub, and the side retired. Tigers, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left. We go to the 8th inning, Detroit 3, Angels 0.
No charge checking. Other banks make it tougher. City National makes it easier. Now, while other banks are increasing the minimum savings balance you need for no charge checking, CNB lowers it with combo checking.
Nobody has got what City National Bank has got.
That's right. Some banks are raising the minimum savings requirement to a whopping $500, but CNB lowers it to $200. A $200 minimum balance in savings or a $200 minimum balance in your checking account, and you check without charge. $200 in savings or $200 in checking, and you write all the checks you want without charge. All your checks without charge. Other banks make no charge checking tougher. Combo checking makes it easier.
Who's got it? Nobody but City National Bank.
Member FDIC. This is Jim Garrett. Is your future in check? Buy United States savings bonds through the payroll savings plan. They're one smart move.
New Tiger third baseman Aurelio Rodriguez replacing Mankowski. It's the 8th inning. Tigers lead 3-0 after dropping the first game to California 4-2. Here's another American League final. Milwaukee beat Texas 4-3. Travers the winner and Medics the loser. They had 28,419 at Texas. Here's a ball low, ball 1. That means that Milwaukee has cut the Boston lead to 7 games in the American League East with their victory and the loss of Boston at Kansas City. Strike call. That is a 1-1 count now on Lansford. Billingham that time went to the fastball. Carney swings, fly ball, center field, deep. Corcoran going back. He's there. He reaches up, makes the catch for the out. Lyman Bostock, the left-hand batting outfielder, steps up now. Lyman is 0 for 2 against Billingham. 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Detroit. The Angels have no runs, 5 hits, and they've made no errors. It's the 8th inning at Tiger Stadium. Toledo waits on deck. Now, the only American League game that's not over besides this one is Baltimore, Minnesota. They have 4-4 in the 10th inning. That's in Minnesota. Everything else has been completed. Bostock takes a strike call. Standing deep while waiting on Billingham now. Lyman Bostock takes a ball outside the slow curve, 1-1. Kip Young took the loss in the first game, and LaRoche in relief for California was the winner. Here's the pitch. It is a ground ball to first base. Easy chance for Thompson. Makes the play unassisted. In between bubbles on the bubble gum. And there are 2 down with Salida coming to bat. We'll pause briefly for station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network.
Look for mostly cloudy weather with scattered showers and thunder showers through the weekend. Low in the upper 60s tonight, a high in the mid-80s tomorrow, and near 80 for Sunday. Currently cloudy and 73. This is WJR Detroit.
Here's Tony Salino, the left-hand batting first baseman. It's a ball outside on Tony, ball one. He flied to left in the second, single in the fourth, and drew a walk his last time at bat in the sixth inning. Billingham delivers a slow curve wide at 2-0. All the late games tonight are in the National League. They're on the West Coast. Here's a strike called. Cubs lead San Diego 2-0 in the fifth. St. Louis and the Dodgers are 2-2 in the third. Here's a foul out of play. They'll be into the upper deck to the left of the screen. 2-2 on Tony Salino. Angels have left 7 runners on the bases. They left 16 in the first game, the game they won. Incidentally, the starters in that first game were Wilcox for the Tigers and Tanana for the Angels. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Salino swings as a line shot to right. Base hit. Buckman comes to his left to field the ball, and Salino is on with a 2-out single in the California 8th. That'll bring up Baylor. Don has single, fly to left, and bounced to short for force out. Salino becomes the first Angel with 2 hits. They have a hit total of 6, and they've all been single. Tigers scored 2 in the first inning. On a single by Whitaker, a walk to Mankowski, double by Staub. Got the Whitaker home, sent Mankowski to third. He came in on a Thompson bounce out. And then the third Tiger run came on a 2-out bases empty home run by Rusty Staub. That's how they got their 3. Tiger bullpen getting busy again. Glenn and Foucault throwing. There's a foul on the screen up the bat of Baylor. Fooled by a breaking pitch. Single game tomorrow. It'll be Tiger Day here. Doubleheader Sunday. It'll be free helmet day on Sunday. Those 2 days comprising the final meetings between the Tigers and the Angels. Here's the pitch. Swinging a high pop-up foul off a third. Rodriguez calling for it. He has it, and the side retires. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, a man left. We go to the last half of the 8th inning. The Tigers come in the bat. The Tigers 3, the Angels nothing. There's a big M sign on the corner, down the road and up the street. And there's a friend of mine on that corner. Someone you all know and someone you be glad to meet.
You know, there's a special additive at your nearby marathon station. Something that can add value to your life and the life of your car. Something you can get only at your marathon station. What it is your marathon man. Because your marathon man is somebody who believes it's not old-fashioned to give people what they're grateful for, what's a little bit more. He's there to do it better and do it the way he wanted done if he were you. If you don't already know him, well, you really ought to. Together and do it better. Here's a minor league final that would interest you. Evansville beat Oklahoma City tonight in Oklahoma City 12-7. John Holman for Evansville in the ninth with 1 on. Trouble, the winner, and Waterbury takes the loss. Here's Kemp leading off now against Hartsville in the Tiger 8th inning. The Tigers ahead of the Angels, 3-0. Angels won the first game 4-2. Kemp's had singles his last 2 trips. He bounced the first time up. Low curve at the ankles. Ball 1 on Steve. Here's a foul off the mid of Humphrey.
1-1 the count on Steve. The motion, the pitch on the way. He takes a ball in too close. Hartzell curved him. Well, we'll keep an eye on the Baltimore-Minnesota game. They were 4-4 in the 10th inning, the only American League game still in progress besides this one. There's a bounding ball up the middle. That ball was hit like a shot at the foot of Hartzell, hit the mound, and bounced on into center field. Kemp gets his third straight single. That'll be the 9th hit for the Tigers. Here's Milt May. He's had 1 for 3. Staub's had 3 hits, a single, a double, and a home run. Kemp's had 3, all of them singles. They have faced the Tiger hitters. Here's May at the plate. He's bounced the first fly to center and single. Tigers have had at least 1 hit in every inning except the second and the 4th. They had a walk in the second. They went out 1, 2, 3 in the 4th. There's a bunt out in front, fielded by Hartzell off the mound. He throws over to the second baseman, Chalk covering the bag at first. The out achieved there. It's a sacrifice with Kemp moving to second. Cochran is coming up next. Corky playing center field. Ron LeFlore getting a rest here in the second game. Corky has been the center fielder in this one. And as a batter, he's 0 for 2 plus a sacrifice. Hope you'll be out here with us tomorrow afternoon. It'll be Tiger Day. The same 2 teams go at each other. They're not going to let a Corcoran hit. He's going to be walked intentionally. Ball 1 outside. That'll bring up the right-hand batting Wockenfuss. Here's the second one wide on Corcoran. And the third one from Mr. Hartzell. Paul sets and delivers the 4th one wide, and Corky's on with a walk. That's the first walk issued by Hartzell, and the Wockenfuss will be the batter. John is 0 for 2 plus a walk in this game. Remember to stay tuned with the scoreboard show. Paul Carey will have all the scores and details of the Major League action for you. And there's a lot of it going around the majors, a lot of action tonight. Man on second, Kemp. Man on first is Corcoran. The pitch to Wockenfuss is a strike call. Hartzell got a fastball in above the knees. 3-0 Tigers. They're trying to land at that advantage here with 1 out and 2 on in the 8th. Line drive it into left field. It was up in for a base hit. Here comes Kemp. He'll score. Holding at second is Corcoran, and the Tigers have a 4-0 lead. So Wockenfuss upsets the managerial strategy of Jim Fregosi by tapping a single in the left field to get a run in. And Chamel will be the batter. Still runners at first and second, 1 man down. Allen is without a hit. He didn't see action in the first game. He walked his first time up in this one, struck out in the 4th. And ended the 6th inning by hitting into a double play with the bases loaded. Ground ball wide at third. Gloved by Lansford for the Chalk for 1. Relay to first gets by Serena. Hits in the dugout step. Bounces up in the seats. Cochran will score, and Chamel takes second base. And the Tigers lead it 5-0 in the 8th inning. They missed the double play. An errant throw by Chalk, the pivot man. Bounced past Serena, hit the dugout step, and bounced over the dugout. And up in the seats. It'll be an error charge to Chalk. No RBI for Chamel. The first out achieved at second base for the second out. That's the first error of the game. And the Tigers have a 3-0 lead with Chamel at second base and 2 down. Lou Whitaker at the plate. Lou's had a single for 4. And he takes the ball low. 5 runs, 10 hits for the Tigers, no runs and 6 hits for the Angels. That eases the job a little bit in the 9th inning for Jack Billingham. Here's the step. Hartzell delivers. There's a fly ball at the left field. Backing up, Rudi reaches over his shoulder and makes the catch. He was playing very shallow on Lou, and he ran back and caught that one. Tigers are retired in the 8th inning. They got a couple, 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, 1 man left. We go to the 9th. Detroit 5 and the Angels nothing.
I bought an economy car. Nice little car. Of course, I had to give up big car rides. I just bought a smaller car, too. I gave up a lot of passengers. But with prices going up and up, I figure you got to give up. Well, I didn't give up. I bought a new Plymouth Volare 4-door, and I didn't give up the things I want. I got the big car ride Frank gave up, the room for 6 Harry gave up, plus the compact economy they didn't give up. So why didn't they buy a Volare? I give up. Don't compromise when you economize. Although your mileage may vary, the EPA rates a 1-barrel, 6-cylinder Volare 4-door with manual transmission at 28 miles per gallon highway and 20 city. Don't give up. Get a Plymouth Volare. Great value on Plymouth Volare. See your Greater Detroit Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
WJR congratulates David Davis of East Catholic High School and Donna Gilly of Southfield Lathrop Senior High, recent recipients of the Detroit College of Business Governing Board scholarships.
Billingham on the mound with the Tigers now, facing the Angels in the 9th inning. The Angels won the first game in 11, 4-2. The Tigers lead here in the second game, 5-0 in the last half of the 9th inning. It'll be Joe Rudi, Dave Chalk, and Jim Anderson as the 3 scheduled batters against Billingham here in the 9th inning. Rudi is fly to right, fly to center, and pops to second base. Right-handed batting outfield at the plate, Billingham with a 5-0 lead over the Angels. Here's the windup by Jack. He pitches, and Joe Rudi swings and misses. Rudi waiting on Billingham's next delivery. Cuts and misses on a changeup. He pulled the trigger much too soon on that one. Strike 2 the count on Rudi. Means in waiting now on a strike 2 delivery by Jack. Here it is. Slow curve is very wide, 1-2. Pittsburgh leads the Giants 3-0 in the 4th inning of their game on the coast. Cubs lead San Diego in the 5th 2-0. Here's the pitch, change up, struck him out. Billingham gets his first strikeout of the evening, going into the 9th inning before he got that first one. Now here's Dave Chalk, who has single, fouled to first, and popped to first base. 1 for 3 for Dave. The Dodgers have taken the lead from the Cardinals 3-2 in the 5th. There's a ball outside. So everything over in the National League except for those 3 games on the West Coast. Bounding ball to Trammell on 1 hop near the bag at second. Flips it over to first. 2 down in the 9th inning, and Billingham will face young Jim Anderson with a 5-0 lead in the second game. Anderson has grounded to short, popped to short, and had a single. Angels took the opener, 4-2 at 1-11 innings. The Tigers lead in the second game, 5-0 in the 9th. Anderson takes the ball outside. Ball 1, lowered away. 6 hits off Billingham. They've been singles. There's a fly ball left center field. It'll be up the alley. chased down by Corcoran. He plays it on one hop, and Addison gets his second hit of the game. Man on first, 2 out. Humphrey's due to bat, but Ron Fairley has come up the dugout steps. He'll be batting for Terry Humphrey. The veteran first baseman started the first game and did not have a hit. He had 3 walks and a sacrifice. So over the entire game, he had no hits in 2 official trips. Ron Fairley batting for Terry Humphrey. Angels were their largest threat in the 6th inning. They got a couple of walks and a force out to get a man to third base. Now Billingham delivers, swing and a miss. Other than that 1 inning, they've not moved the man past second. Anderson got the second on the single and the bounce out. Master. Here's a cut and a foul out of play. Strike 2 on Fairley. 5-0 Tigers lead the Angels, 9th inning. 2 hits for Salita, 2 for Anderson. 1 for Baylor, 1 for Chalk, 1 for Humphrey. Now Fairley trying to keep it going for the Angels. Billingham trying to put the cap on it here. Here's the pitch. He swings and hits a foul that'll be uncatchable down in the left field side. It's just in the seats over near the Tiger bullpen. Still a strike 2 count on Fairley. Rick Miller waits at the on-deck circle. Trammell is pulled to the outside over back of second base. Here's the set. Here's the pitch. Fastball wide, 1 and 2. Well, these two both belong to the Dodgers, and over the years they have faced each other in the National League many times. Billingham pitching to Fairley. Here it is. He takes the ball outside. 2-2 on Ron. Man at first, 2 down, 9th inning. Tigers lead it 5-0 over California. Billingham has struck out 1, and he just issued 3 walks. 2 of them came back-to-back in the 6th inning. Now he sets and delivers 2-2. Fairley swings, fly ball, center field. That should end the game. Corcoran is back there waiting. He has it, and the Tigers get a split in the doubleheader. Billingham with his second straight shutout over California. In the 9th, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left for the Angels. The final score, game number 2, Detroit 5, California 0.
If you're not reading the Detroit News right now, then you're missing out on some of the best parts of summer. Because the Detroit News tells you the best place to golf, the best place to have a picnic, the best place to vacation, even the best way to cook a meal outdoors. There's Thursday's recreational calendar, Friday magazine, Michigan Places, a regular feature with suggestions on areas to visit, and plenty more. For home delivery of the Detroit News, call 222-2600. You'll find there's more than one reason why newsreaders enjoy summer most. If you like playing Joker Poker with 5 cards, you're going to love playing the Detroit News all-new 7-card Joker Poker game. Because from now until August 26th, you can play all week long with cards that appear daily in the Detroit News. You can win up to $2,500, no purchase necessary. Rules and entries are available through the Detroit News. 7-card Joker Poker, another reason why newsreaders enjoy summer most. For home delivery, call 222-2600.
Thanks to the shutout pitching of Jack Billingham, blanking the Angels on 7 hits in the nightcap. As the Tigers won it 5-0, the Tigers were able to gain a split in the twilight doubleheader. The Angels winning the opening game 4-2 in 11 innings. In the second game, Billingham hurled his second straight shutout against the Angels, his 25th of his career. In scattering the 7 hits, it was his 4th straight win. And Billingham's record is now 9 wins against 5 defeats. Dave Frost takes the loss. He is 2-3. The totals in the nightcap. For Detroit, 5 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. They left 8 on base. For California, no runs, 7 hits, and 1 error, and they left 9 on base. The second game took 2 hours and 15 minutes to play. The opener was a long one. In 11 innings, it took 3 hours and 29 minutes. Leading the Tigers' attack in the second game, Rusty Staub with 3 hits. He doubled in a run in the first inning and homered in the 5th inning, his 14th of the year, and then capped a big game with a single in the 7th inning. I'll be back with more on this twilight doubleheader